Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy OG Black today. Got a real good one for you guys today. Yeah, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación better watch out, man. Um, you know, this platform's for everybody out there. It's just I'm trying to be positive and teach you kids at home not to get into this kind of lifestyle. This is the kind of lifestyle that's gonna get you in trouble, man. It's gonna lead you to go to jail, death. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna lose loved ones. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose family. And I just want to keep pointing that out so you guys know at home. This life is not something I condoned. I lived it once. Now I don't condone this life anymore. The whole purpose of the show is to get you guys out there and to speak the truth of what's really going out there. As of today that I found out, and it's for sure from the people that I know that I talk to around. And I don't like to report too much about where I'm at. And as a journalist, it's hard to get all the news out there without being biased. A lot of people think me and Shadow are biased on Cartel Jalisco Generación. No, if the guys from Sinaloa, the guys from Michoacan, the guys from Tijuana, the guys from Juarez, or whatever cartel they belong to, are doing atrocities towards people, towards loved ones, towards anybody, towards people who are innocent, best believe we're going to be out there. Best believe we're going to put them out there. You baby killers, you people who extort people for plaza, innocent people who work every day with their hands and bleed and sweat every day. A lot of people don't even know this about yourself. Today my boy was on his live show, and I popped in during my lunch when he did it, just to say, hey, what's up and how you guys doing? And I was at work. Mr. Black works. So you guys know, Mr. Black works. He has a job. He has a 9 to 5. Thank God right now with the COVID, I still have a job. So, like I said, I never condone this kind of life or anything. But I'm getting a little bit off track. But this is the whole point, man. The Chapitos, they sent reinforcements to Michoacan, guns, heavy trucks, support, men to Michoacan to corner off Mencho. They have this inclination that he's there in the mountains. Remember, you guys, Mencho's from Michoacan. He's originally from Michoacan. He grew up there. That's his stomping grounds. He knows what he's doing. And like I said before, he's a smart guy. He moved up through the ranks. And a lot of people don't touch on this subject, and I'm gonna touch on this subject right now. Mecho got Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación by chance. His boss got busted. His other boss fled and then was arrested in Spain. You got to understand something. Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación was not Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. It's gone through multiple changes, like Shadow said in his shows before. But originally, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación was run by one people, the Valencia family, who were outskirted of Michoacan, and they went to Jalisco, and that's why they formed the Jalisco Nueva Generación. And then they evolved and they changed their names to Los Queenies, and then to Los Torcidos, because they started getting busted. And then later on, they married into the Valencias. Mecho married a Valencia. Long story short, he married a Valencia, blah, blah, blah. He got intertwined, moved up in the ranks. Now he's the boss. The Chapitos ended up sending reinforcements to Michoacan now, trying to get Mecho out of there. And they've done that before. When the Chapitos were fighting, when Chapo was fighting the Zetas back in the day, he actually went to Michoacan to go talk to La Tuta and Chayo and all them. And at the end, Chayo kind of turned his back on him, but La Tuta didn't. La Tuta sent up about, I think it was 300 reinforcements, 100 from each of his major cities, which were Apatzingán, Morelia, and El Aguaje, if I was correct. So the Chapitos once again went to Michoacan to ask for some reinforcements. They sent reinforcements this time. Michoacan did the same, probably sent some of their expert sicarios that they have. Well-trained guys. What does this mean? More violence, maybe, maybe not. But Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación looks like they're in trouble on another four fronts. To me, honestly, my opinion, people keep asking me about them, so this is why I'm putting this video out there. I think they stretched themselves too far out, kind of like Hitler did, and that's what they're doing right now. The government's actually switched sides on them and actually went back to the old school, to the vieja escuela, which is great, porque la vieja escuela es la más mejor. A lot of people don't know what that means at home. That just means that the old ways were better. That means when innocent people didn't get killed. I don't condone drug trafficking or anything or any of that stuff. But if you want me to choose the both of less evils, I'm going to choose the old school way of business. No children, no mothers, no kids. You know, if you owed me, I dealt with you, and that's it. You know, a lot of people nowadays, they like to say things about people and don't have any evidence. Just, oh, I heard this and this say that, you know. I learned in Mexico, working in Mexico, that talking about someone gets you killed. Talking about someone that you have no proof of. Because he say, she say, said. Because Jojo the Tire Man was a handsome looking guy and he had a lot of drugs and he sold drugs and he did this and he did that and he had a nice car and he wasn't being arrested, you know, and he knew what he was doing, you know, and they'll call people a rat or a snitch. Got to be careful, guys. You know, I'm getting a little bit off subject, but you guys know who I'm talking about, and you got to be careful what you say about people in certain organizations. I'm not saying that me or Shadow or anybody, but you guys got to be careful out there what you say about certain people. And we have loved ones, we have people who care about us too, and they don't forget what me or anybody or Shadow's done for them. Once again, I'm getting a little bit off subject, but remember, guys, now that Michoacan and the Cartel Sinaloa are together, it's an agreement. It's solidified. Once again, the guy from Michoacan, he goes by the name of La Fresa. So him and the Chapitos, the kids from Chapo, have a really good relationship. So we'll see how this works out. It worked out last time. They were able to get rid of the Zetas out of Sinaloa and Michoacan and oust them. So we know that it worked out very well before. Who knows? You know, a peace treaty amongst cartels. You know, a lot of people will say, well, it's not going to stop. No, the violence is never going to stop. Mr. Black would never lie to you. The violence is never going to stop. The United States drug trade is like this, like my grandfather once says. If they're going to consume, there's going to be someone who's going to provide them the product. You know, when they arrested my grandfather, one of his things was, si no consumieran, pues no vendiera, which means if they wouldn't consume, he wouldn't be able to sell. It's like anything. There's always going to be a market for drugs, and with the U.S. Funding them and helping them out, you know, a lot of people don't know that back in the 40s during World War II, the U.S. actually went to Mexico and gave a lot of these growers the poppy seeds, a lot of the marijuana seeds. They needed the hemp for their ropes, for their parachutes, for their boots, for their shoelaces, for, you know, so much military use. They needed the opium for the heroin. They needed the opium, you know. They needed it to make morphine for the soldiers who were in pain, for operations, for everything. So at the end, you know, they pulled out of there when they didn't need the product no more, and my grandfather and them saw that they had left. They got their U.S. contracts with all their seeds, and what did they say? Uncle Stick It Old, Uncle Sam, they like heroin, they like sticking needles in their arms. So that's what they did. They flooded the market, you know, and in Michoacan, so people don't know, I'm going to be talking a lot about Michoacan, because I've been asked about a lot about Michoacan, and I'm going to get back to Michoacan. You know, my family's originally from there. You know, the people from Michoacan are one of the only people who were not in agreements with the Sinaloa cartel and the United cartel. They stepped away from the table, and another family did too. People don't talk too much about them, you know. They're very, very, very strict to their code. They're kind of like the Sinaloenses. They got an honor code and a gentleman's code where they don't mess with women and children, you know, depending on the boss. Because a lot of those guys out there got out of the hand. You know, so Michoacan, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, and Sinaloa, you know, they've been around for a long time. So this war is going to get worse. This is your boy OG Black bringing you the hot news that you guys always want to hear and request. People have been asking me, hey man, what's the news out of Michoacan? This is what it is. It was official. It was about 2 weeks ago that the Chapitos had already sent reinforcements. I found out from some people that I know and everything. Journalism work isn't easy, guys. It's really hard. I mean, I've been doing the journalism thing now for about 2 or 3 or 4 years. People don't know. They think the OG Black just said, oh, I'm going to be a journalist and this. No, it's something that I taken a passion for in prison. I met a journalist. He taught me a lot of things, and he said, hey man, you'd be a great journalist, man. I mean, and you know, like he was a great journalist, so he taught me a lot of things, and he told me, you're a natural journalist, you want the truth. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to bring the truth out there. Not trying to expose anybody or sell the game or you know, I'm trying to mind my own business, but at the same time inform people who want to be known. You know what I mean? I don't consider myself a criminal or anything. I've been out of that life long enough. I think that, you know, I can say proudly that I don't know anybody, anything or anything. So I consider myself a journalist now, a person who is looking for the truth out there. You know, it's your boy OG Black. You guys have a good day and a good night. Subscribe, smash like. You know, we're trying to do the best to get you guys the truth out there. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. I'm out. You guys have a good night.